This conference will now be recorded.
चतुर्मुख समारंभं वाग्भटाचार्य मध्यमम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। रागादिरोगान् सततानुषक्तान् अशेषकाय प्रसृतान् अशेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारदिदान् जघान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै। In our last session, we were discussing about darshana sparshana prashnaihi pariksheta cha roginam rogam nidana pragrupa lakshanopashayaptibhihi. We discussed many things in that context, but we should not leave certain points discussed in the conventional commentaries that Sarvanga Sundara and our Hemadri commentary, especially that Rogam Nidana Pragrupa Lakshanopashayaptibhihi. In that passage or that part, Arunadatta tries to elaborate each of those points, both of them, Hemadri as well. So regarding that Nidanam, Karanam, Hedu, iti Anarthandaram, Tacha Asanna Viprakrishtabhedena Dvitha, Asannam Abhidvividham, Asanna Atyasanna Bhedena, Asannam Rukshalaghushidadi Dravyopayogaha, Atyasannam tu Yataha Samanandarameva Rogolpattihi, Yatha Vadadayo Doshaha Kruthaha, Viprakrishtam Yad Adi Kale Rudrakopadi Jvaradinam, Tatha Haviprashadi Mehakushtadinam, Tena Evam Vidham Arthajadam Evam Vidhasya Rogasya Heduttvena Upadishtam Evam Vidhascha Ulpannaha Ataha Nidanat Jnayade Rogaha Pragrupam Purvarupam Bhavishyataha Vyadhehe Aprakashita Dosha Visheshadhishthidasya Lakshana Udbhushurjvaradi Ramayaha. Udbhushu, something which is going to evolve. Vadadi Dosha Visheshena Alingida Rupa Bhasaha Yena Avabhasyade Yadha Yadham Alpatvad Yad Avyaktam Aspudam Lingam Tad Pragrupam Lakshanam Punaha Tadeva Pragrupad Vilakshanam Yena Sagala Dosha Visheshalingitaha Spudalingaha Vyadhir Drishyade Lakshyate Upashayaha Sughanubandhe Aharadyupayogaha Evam Vidhena Aharadigena hi Tasya Pida na Abhud Evam Vidhena cha Abhud Ata Upashayad Nyayate Ayam Roga Idi Sa Vyadhi Satmyaha Swasthya Heduhu Sukhavaha Aptihi Nirvrittihi Sampraptihi Jadihi Idi Anarthandara Evam Dushtena Evam Sthanasthidena Evam Anugadena Anaya Kalpanaya Evam Margena Doshena Idi Parikalpanam. So this sort of understanding is very important. Of course, we are seeing these details in the first chapter of Nidanasthanam, but from this context itself, we should have an idea what we are all discussing about. As far as Hemadri is concerned, Rogitve hi jnade kaha asau roga. So first with the Darshana Sparshana Prashnai, we understood who the Rogi is. Now, kaha asau roga iti visheshajnanopayamaha rogam iti sacha panjatha. Generally, these are known as Panjalakshana Nidana or Nidana Panjakam. Nidanam is a word generally used just to indicate the hedu, but at the same time, Nidanam is used for expressing all the five. So that also should be borne in mind. Nidana Panjakam. So when we call as Nidana Sthanam, it doesn't mean that it is mentioning about the hedu alone, but Nidana Sthanam mentions about all the five of certain disease models. Such a Panjatha Nidanam Pragrupam Lakshanam Upashayaha Aptischa. Aptihi Sampraptihi. Nidanam Bahirango Heduhu. Pragrupam Purvajo Rogaha. Rogasya hi Rajavad Prakashamanasya Parivarabhuta Rogaha. Kejid Purvam Prakashante, Kejid Saha, Kejid Paschad. That is the beauty. Rogasya hi Rajavad. Rajavad Rajamanasya. He is like a Roga is like a king. Parivarabhutaha rogaha tasya rogaha parivarabhutaha kejit purvam prakashante. Some diseases, some features come in front. Kejid saha. Some features come along. Kejid paschad. Some come after. So purva rupam, rupam, upadravam. Tatra ye purvam te purva rupam. Ye saha te rupam. Ye paschad te upadravaha. So it is a royal something like a, these days we conduct road shows in connection with the elections and everything. Road shows. So there will be a pilot, then the main event, and then there will be a long row of followers. Te cha ubhaye api lakshanapadena sangrihitaha. Upashayaha vyadhisatmyam. Aptihi andarango heduhu. So Nidanam Bahirango heduhu. Aptihi Andarango heduhu. Iti Roga Lakshanam. So these details also should be there in our mind. Then we will switch over to our next shloka. Bhumideha prabhedena deshamahurihadvidha. Bhumideha prabhedena deshamahuriha dvidha. Bhumideha prabhedena. Desham. So now we are going to discuss about Desham. Regarding the entire description, what we have seen so far in this chapter, we have seen in Kalartha Karmanam Yogo Hina Mithyadi Matrakaha, we have seen certain things. That means Kalam in a different context is explained. Panjabhutas were explained in terms of Indriyarthas. That is how we perceive the Panjabhutas, by Indriyarthas. Then Manas, Atma, all these things are there. They are to be perceived by Karma Vishesha. Desham also to be perceived by Karma Visheshas. So the rest of the things were explained, and in that context, Desham and Kalam are of significance because they are all encompassing. Nothing is beyond the limits of Desham and Kalam. So whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you perform, that becomes relevant only in the context of Desha and Kala. Contextual in terms of Desha and Kala. That is why even in the explanation of Shastra, Charaka mentions that Atascha Prakritam Buddhva Desha Kalandaranicha. So the importance or significance of Desha and Kala is very high. You cannot neglect. Maybe that redefines the entire stream of Ayurveda. What is told maybe 5,000 years ago, what is told maybe 1,000 years ago, when we make the same concepts working in our times, in our place, the relevance of Desha and Kala is popping up again and again. Vagbhada made Ashtanga Sangraha as part of making the subject contemporary. Yuganurupa Sandarbha. So that a Yuganurupa Sandarbhada is to be taken or understood in the context of Desha and Kala. Matraya na vyavasthasti. Vyadhim koshtam. Balam vaya. Samikshya Desha Kala ucha. Yojya. So Matra is becoming relevant only in the context of Desha and Kala. Everywhere we will find the importance of Desha and Kala highlighted. So as part of that significance or highlighting the significance of Desha and Kala, we are discussing about Desha and Kala here. First, Desha. Bhumi Deha Prabhedena Deshamahuriha Dvitha. Desham Iha. Iha means in this Shastra, in this text. Sometimes in a different text, Desha may be having a different meaning. In a different Shastra, Desha may be having a different meaning. Iha in Ayurveda Shastre, Desham Dvidha Ahu. Bhumi Deha Prabhedena. Bhumi Desham, Deha Desham. Idi Dvidha. With this, Hemadri comments that slowly we are going to explain Aushadham. Because whatever information you attain, application should be local. Shastrarthan Vyabino Vidyad. Shastrarthan Vyabino Vidyad. Prayogam Tvaigadesigan. Prayogam tu Aigadesigan Vidyad. So the concepts are universal, but the application is regional or local. So when you come to a local premises of application, Desha and Kala is going to prompt the application. That is very important. So Hemadri comments, Atha Aushadham Vyajaste Tadcha Deshakalavapekshate Idi Prathamam Tavad Desha Tatra Deshe Bhedadvayamaha Bhumi Deha Idi Tacha Bhumihi Deha Cha. So first we are going to see what this Bhumi Desha is all about. Jangalam Vadabhuishtamanupam tu Kapolbanam Sadharanam Samamalam Tridha Bhudeshamadished. Bhudesham. You won't find much description about Deha Desham in this chapter, because to understand Deha Desham, you need a very broader, deeper, and wider platform. So he has kept an entire sthana for that, Sharira Sthanam. So Sharira Sthanam is all about the description of Dehadesha, especially one chapter called Anga Vibhagam Shariram is for Dehadesha. So there should be a better understanding about Bhumi Desha as well. Here only the mentioning is here. Udaharanam, Udahritam. Jangalam, Vadabhuishtam. There is a Desham called Jangalam, which is Vadabhuishtam. There is another Desham called Anupam, which is Kabholbanam. Then Sadharanam Samamalam. There is another Desham which should be understood as Sadharana Desham, which is Samamalam. So Tridha Bhudeshamadished. So there are many questions. What about a Pitta Bhuishta Desham? Why a Pitta Bhuishta Desha is not mentioned? There can be many logics behind it. Number one, Pitta represents the Agni part in the Agni Shomiyata. So that may be an integral part of all deshas. That could be one reason, even though in differential modes in Vikalpa. That is one reason. Number two, like the Vada Bhuishta Desha or the Kabha Bhuishta Desha, a Pitta Bhuishta Desha, Pitta as an associating feature is okay, but Pitta as a leading factor, predominating factor, that Desha need not be good for living, for human life. So such a Pitta Bhuishta Desha is not taken into our discussion. Then an extremely Pitta Bhuishta Desha may not be existing also. So there are multiple reasons behind omission of a Pitta Bhuishta Desha directly. Sadharanam is Samamalam. In Ashtanga Sangraham, this is described in a better, more beautiful way. I think we should have an understanding about it. Because here in Ashtanga Sangraham, this concept is connected with the Rasa also. And also a description about the flora and fauna of each desha is given. That is in Rasabhediyam chapter. The chapter itself is Rasabhediyam. It is like this. Atha yaha shishira pavana dharani dhara vividha vana gahana nadi tadaga pallvala udapana kamala kumuda kuvalayavakirnaha. So he is giving a very beautiful description. That area where you find these features everywhere, very frequently. What is that? Shishira Pavana, cold wind. Dharani Dhara. Dharani Dhara is this mountain. Then Vividha Vana Gahana Nadi Tadaga Padluala Udapana Kamala Kumuda Kuvalayavakirna. Different types of water bodies. Then this water lilies, lotus, that is Kamalam. Then Kumudam, Kuvalayam. So there are plenty of water bodies. Then mountains with thick vegetation. Then cold wind all the time. Again, Ramya Sthira Snigdha Bhumi, Bhuri Harida Trinaha, Adidura Visruda Pradana Pravala Opa Samchanna Padapaha, Sasya Sarisrupa Gaga Bahulaha. So many things are explained, which will be very green, very beautiful, with a lot of this grass and trees spread for long distances. Then there will be lot of creepers, climbers all around, and they will be covering even the trees. Then there will be lot of reptiles, birds. And the unpleasant factor is Guru Aushadhi Salilaha. Aushadhi and Salila will be Guru. Sleepada, Galaroga, Apaji, Jwaradi, Amayobadruda Janapataha. In that area, that place, diseases like Sleepadam, Galarogam, Apaji, Jwaram, these diseases will be very common. Sleepada, Galaroga, Apaji, Jwaradhyamayo Janapadaha. So the villages in that desha will be having these sort of diseases. The prevalence of these diseases will be very high. And it is Shleshma Pitta Prayaha. See, Pitta is incorporated. So, and this is known as Anupaha Madhura Rasayonihi. This land, this desha is known as Anupaha. So it is more descriptive, more specific than what we see in Ashtanga Hridaya. There it is very simple, one single phrase explanation, that it is Shleshma Bhuishtam. But here it is Shleshma Pitta Prayaha, Shleshma Bhuishtam with Pittanubandham. And the type of vegetation we see, the type of everything, the animals, other creatures, then the trees, the water bodies, everything is explained, and even the diseases which are familiar, common. And it is Madhura Rasayoni. See, the desha is connected to the rasa. This desha itself is known as Madhura Rasayoni. Yoni the Utpattisthana. So this desha is the Utpattisthana for Madhura Rasa. That is the interesting factor. So wherever you go for the basic understanding of Dravya, we find a tendency to connect it with the Rasa. So Rasa, understanding of Rasa Vikalpa, and connecting it with the Dosha Vikalpa. That is a basic exercise that one Ayurvedic student should acquire from the very beginning itself. I always felt that our training, the clinical training or the pharmacy training or the Dravya Guna Vijnana training, or everything should start and thoroughly footed in this Rasa Vikalpa, Dosha Vikalpa association. we do not even understand what is meant here. That is why we always feel that whatever is explained in Ayurveda is insufficient for modern day practice. It is not so. So when you understand Anupadesha, you are understanding it in the context that this is Madhura Rasayoni. This is Shleshma Pitta Prayaha. Now there are Vikalpas. If it is Madhura Rasayoni, what is going to happen to the various types of Shleshma Pitta predominance? And what will be the Agneyada Saumyada combination? What are the possibilities? So whenever you are collecting one herb, one dravya, whether it is herb or mineral, whatever it is, from an Anupadesha, that being taken from Anupadesha, which is Madhura Rasayoni, you should have an insight. You should have a deep understanding that this dravya will have that Madhura Rasa Yonita. The same plant may be grown artificially or from natural area, even though they may be of the same botanical name, botanical identity. You should have your Ayurvedic brain to understand that this will not be Madhura Rasayoni. So that sort of understanding is highlighted in all these explanations. Regarding Jangala, Vagbhada in Ashtanga Sangraha mentions Yahatu Vishama Vipula Sikada Sthala Bahulaha Adiduravagada Virasa Salilaha Kleshasaha Aroga Sharira Dirghayuhu Praya Janapataha Anuba Viparitaha Saha Jangalaha Kaduga Rasayonihi Yahatu Vishama Vipula Sikada Sthala Bahulaha. Vishama, uneven. The topography of that land will be uneven. Then Vipula Sikata Sthala Bahulaha. Sikata is sand. Vipula Sikata Sthala Bahulaha. So there will be vast areas covered with sand, uneven. Adidura Avagadha Virasa Salilaha. If you have to get some water in such a place, you have to dig very deep. Adidura. And in spite of the best effort, you may not get water. And if at all you have to dig very deep. And if at all again you get it, that will be virasa. It will have a different type of taste. Virasa salila. Vigada pragrada rasaha. That is virasa. Kleshasaha aroga sharira dirghayu praya janapataha. That is the advantage. Kleshasaha. The people there will be kleshasaha. Aroga sharira. Dirghayuhu. Their ayus will be dirgha. So praya janapataha, the villages in such areas will have people inhabiting with the long lifespan, minimal diseases, and excellent stress tolerance. Anupa Viparitaha. All the features what we saw with Anupa regarding the flora and fauna, the luxury of water bodies, everything will stay on the opposite side. That place is known as Jangalaha, that is Jangalaha. Kadugarasayonihi. Kadugarasayonihi. This place is Kadurasayoni. So here we find Madhurarasayoni as Anupadesham, Kadugarasayoni as Jangaladesham, and it may be interesting to understand or to associate or to recollect that Sushruta explains the Vipaga into two, Madhura Rasa Vipaga and Kadu Rasa Vipaga, or Madhura Vipaga and Kadu Vipaga. So it may be just a passing reference what I make, but those who are interested can make a deeper exploration into this correlation between the Desha and the Vipaga as explained by Sushruta Acharya. Fine. Then Sadharana Desha. Let us see what Sangraha is explaining. Ubhayalakshana Mishri Bhavad Sadharanaha. Ubhayalakshana Mishri Bhavad. When you find mixing up of the features of extreme Anupa and extreme Jangala. Whatever we have seen is extreme features. You may not meet with an exact Anupadesha. Similarly, you may not meet with an exact Jangaladesha. So obviously, whenever you are assessing a Desha of your interest, you will be forced to make a thorough evaluation of the features and identify which trend dominates. They may not be extreme. So here Sadharana Desha is explained as Ubhaya Lakshana Mishri Bhavad Ataeva. So Sadharana Desha is having mixing up of features. So Anupa Sadharanaha Jangala Sadharanaha cha Vikalpyo. You have to consider Anupa Sadharana and Jangala Sadharana. If we take as a whole, Kerala is understood or assessed as an Anupa Sadharana Desha. So regarding Tamil Nadu, regarding Karnataka, regarding Maharashtra, you should have a basic understanding. In Bheshajavacharaniyam, we saw that Kasmin Nayam Deshe Jataha. This patient, Kasmin Deshe Jataha. So a person who is born, brought up, and deceased in an Anupadesha. Anupadesha is Madhura Rasayoni. So he is having an inheritance of Madhura Rasa Pradhanya. He is having an inheritance of certain diseases, some proneness, some inclination towards certain diseases. So when you find, say for example, I will tell you, in Kerala, there are certain districts which are having more Anupa Swabhava. There are certain districts where are having more Jangala Swabhava. By and large, the state is Anupa Sadharana. But in the Anupa Sadharana itself, more Anupa, certain districts. So when an individual comes to you, maybe in a different district you are practicing, and presents a particular type of feature, and if you have an understanding, okay, the place from where this man is coming, where he is born, where he is brought up, is having this sort of a tendency, and these are the diseases which are very common by default, then you need not bother too much about a possibility of a different diagnosis. The first and the foremost step that you have to make is to look for that particular disease as the primary cause, primary issue. Whereas the same thing you can neglect if he is coming from a Jangala Desha. So, Ata eva Anupasadharanaha Jangala-sadharanaha cha vikalpyau. Tayoho adyaha lavana amlayoho yoni. That means Anupasadharana is lavana amlayoho yoni. Lavana amlayoho yoni. Then Itaraha cha itarayoho. Jangala-sadharanaha is for Tikta Kashaya Rasayoni. Jangala-sadharana is Tikta Kashaya Yoni. So now we have Jangalaha, Anubaha Madhura Rasayoni, Anupasadharanaha Amla Lavanayoni, Jangala-sadharanaha Tikta Kashaya Yoni, Jangalaha Kaduga Rasayoni. There are many possibilities. There are many possibilities in exploring this Desha Rasa connection. While evaluating the Rogi, while evaluating the Aushadham and everything. So please look into this Rasabhediyam portion explained in Ashtanga Sangraham very seriously, very seriously. You will not find this sort of a precise explanations and insightful explanations in many other textbooks. So Jangalam Vada, we will come back to Ashtanga Hridayam. Jangalam Vada Bhuishtham Anupam tu Kabholbanam. And regarding, I would like to mention one more thing. When you go through the Agriya, you will find that Marubhu Arogya Deshanam Agriya. Generally, we have a feature or we have some sort of a preoccupation in our minds that Shleshma is supposed to be the Balam, Pragritastu Balam Shleshma. So Shleshma Bhuishtha Desham obviously will be giving you more strength. So obviously Anupadesha, which is even Madhura Rasayoni, we have seen that Yatha Purvam Balavaha. So Madhura Rasayoni should obviously give you more strength. So those who are living in Anupadesha will be having more strength. But at one point, he is making it very specific that Marubhu Arogya Deshanam Agriyam. So it is a in a prima facie, it is a contradictory statement. What is happening? But the thing is, in Anupadesha, everything will be Guru. Guru Aushadhi Salilah. Aushadhi and Salilam will be Guru. And obviously, everything is Madhura Rasa Pradhana. The striking disadvantage of Madhura Rasa is, it is Agni Mandyakara. Striking feature of Guru Guna is, it is Agni Mandyakara. So, Agni Mandyam will be a classical feature. When you have inherited Agni Mandyam and you have no options but to consume Madhura Rasa Pradhana Dravyas or Prithvi Jala Pradhana Dravyas, obviously your dhadus will be Sidhilam. You tend to, by default, forget about personal exemptions. You tend to become Sthula and many other complications associated with Sthaulya. Ayusha Kshayam is a feature of Sthaulya. So, in Anupadesha, even though it will be nice to have all these features like water bodies, water lilies, green mountains and everything, the people living there will be disadvantaged for this tendency of Agnimandya, whereas in Jangala Desha, which is like a Marubhu, everything will be Laghu. The best feature of a Laghu Dravya, Laghu Anna, Laghu Paniya, is that it is Agni Deeptikara and Srodha Shuddhikara. As long as you have Agni Deepti and Srodha Shuddhi, you are not going to be sick. As long as you have Agni Shuddhi and Srodha Shuddhi, you are not going to be sick. So, Dhadu Dushti is minimal in Jangala Desha. Even though they may not be that look very sthula or plump in appearance, but their stress tolerance will be high. They will be having minimal morbidity and their lifespan will be maximum. So, Marubhu Arogya Deshanam. So, as we used to say, all that glitters is not gold. Like here, even though it may be very good to go for a tour for 1 day or 2 days, Anupadesha, for those who are living there, is not very ideal. So that also may be recollected at this point. Jangalam Vadabhuishtham Anupam tu Kabolbhanam Sadharanam Samamalam Trudha Bhudeshamadished. Then next is Kalam. Kshanādir Vyadhyavasthacha Kalo Bheshaja Yoga Krit. So this Bheshaja Yoga Krit, that is our context. We are looking into all these things for the sake of intervening Bheshaja Yogam. Bheshaja Yogam is an intervention for a Bheshajam, a therapeutic intervention. Bheshaja Yogam is a therapeutic intervention. Bheshaja Yoga Krit Kalaha. Time which is suitable for a therapeutic intervention is of two types, Kshanadihi Vyadhyavasthacha. So that Bheshaja Yoga Krit may be connected to the Bhumi Desha also. When we are dealing with Bhumi Desha, our ultimate aim is to understand the Bheshaja Yoga Krit Bhumi. Similarly, the Bheshaja Yoga Krit Deha. So here it is Kala. It is two types, Kshanadi and Vyadhyavastha. Kshanadi is actually the measured time, which starts maybe from a Kshanam and go up to the Yugam or whatever it is. In our new modes of measuring time, it may be seconds, minutes, hours, then days, weeks, months. Then on a higher grade, Ayanam, Varsham. All these things are Kshanad, measurable. It is used. Arunadatta is giving one example. Yadha Purvanhe Vamanam Deyam Madhyane tu Virejanam. So all these things are based on the measurable time. But another one is Vyadhyavastha. We find this note many situations. Vyadhyavastha Vibhagatnyaha. I always felt that the highest qualification, graduation that a Vaidya can achieve is to get established as a Vyadhyavastha vibhagatnyaha. That Vaidya is great because he is a Vyadhyavastha vibhagatnyaha. Everything else is secondary because the term Vyadhyavastha vibhagatnyaha includes everything about Rogarogi Pariksha and whatever is connected to that intervention. Again, many things are given to give better understanding. Langhanam, Swedanam, Kalo, Yavagustikta Kala. Langhanam, Swedanam, Kala. Then Mrudurjvaro, Lekhurdeha, Charitas Chamalayada, Tirajvaridasya Bheshajam Yojed. So when you say that Mrudurjvaro, Lekhurdeha, Chalitas Chamala, it is not a measurable time when to give the Aushadha. This is a Vyadhyavastha Adhishtita Aushadha Kalam. But there is another reference. Saptahad Aushadam Kejidahuranye Dashahataha. So there we are discussing about measurable time. On the 7th day, you give this. Remove the bandage on every second day. You are dealing with the measurable time. Give Shodhanam every 3rd day. You are dealing with measurable time. Then that regarding the Shodhana Chikilsa, we will find many references. Nanasya Moona Saptabde, we are dealing with measurable time. Then Pakshad Virego Vamide, Tada Pakshad Niruhanam, we are dealing with measurable time. Kashayapana Pathyanir Dashaha Idilenkhide, Dashaha. So there are, in this context, this reference, both comes. Kashayapana Pathyanir Dashaha Idilenkhide, after leaving Lankhana with it for 10 days. Sarpirdadyad Kabhe Mande Vada Pittottare Jure. So there, Kabhe Mande Vada Pittottare is not measurable time, it is not Kshanadi time, it is Vyadhyavastha time. So in that 2 lines, both comes. Kashayapana Pathyanir Dashaha Idilenkhide Sarpirdadyad Kabhe Mande Vada Pittottare Jure. Then Pakveshu Dosheshu Amridam Tad Vishobhamamanyadha. So Pakva Dosha Avastha is a Vyadhyavastha. So you will find many examples like this. Everywhere this standard is followed. So Kshanadihi Vyadhyavasthaja Kalo Bheshajayoga. So as Hemadri mentioned earlier, we are slowly switching over to the Chikilsa. That is why Desha and Kala were introduced, because Chikilsa is Desha Kala Bheksham. Now we will see the Chikilsa. But interestingly, everything explained in Ayush Kamiyam is not Vyadhi specific but Dosha specific. It's not Vyadhi specific. So that is how this chapter forms the foundation. If it was about Vyadhi specific, you will be switching over to Nidana Sthanam. This is Dosha specific. Then the next line, Shodhanam Shamanam Chedi Samasad Aushadham Dvidha. So we are entering to Aushadham, Chikitsa. Shodhanam Shamanam Chedi Samasad Aushadham Dvidha. Aushadham Dvidha. Chikitsa is of 2 types. Shodhanam and Shamanam. Shodhana Chikitsa, Shamana Chikitsa. Samasad. Here actually Hemadri makes another observation. Vayupittam kaphaschedi trayo dosha samasataha. When one samasataha is mentioned earlier and that trend is not broken, that samasataha stands for every following statement from that point onwards. So from Vayupittam Kavaschedi Trayodosha Samasataha onwards, every statement, every pratijna made in this chapter is to be understood as Samasataha. Then why another Samasada here? So Hemadri finds an answer that this is for generally Samasataha is for Sankshepartham. So when you repeat the Samasataha once again, the intention is to make it Adisankshepa. So this Shodhanam Shamanam should be understood as the classification of Chikilsa in the Adisankshepa manner. Not even Sankshepa, but Adisankshepa manner. Because later we will find that Chikilsa is more elaborate. Even in Dvividhopakramaniyam chapter, we find that it is Lankhanam and Brahmanam. And in Lankhanam, we will find Shodhanam and Shamanam. In the Shodhanam, we find 5. In the Shamanam, we find 7. So overall, there are 12. Then there is Brahmanam, so there are 13. But Samasataha Aushadham Dvitha. There is not even specification of, because Shodhanam and Shamanam basically is a classification of Lankhana Chikitsa as per the Vidhopakramaniyam. Brahmanam is not included here, but Brahmanam Shamanam Tueva. He is not specifying Brahmanam because Brahmanam Shamanam Tueva Vayoho Pittanilasya. So when you try to make it Atisankshepam, there is no space, separate room for Brahmana Chikitsa, because Brahmana is again a Shamana Chikitsa. Shodhanam Adhiga Bahirnirasanena Dosha Samyagaram, Shamanam tu Adhigakshapana Kshina Vardhanabhyam. Please recollect the very big discussion we had while discussing Shamanam Kopanam Swastahidam Dravyamidi Trutha. So here he makes a very beautiful observation. Shamanam tu Adhigakshapana Kshina Vardhanabhyam. So please recollect the discussion what we had there. So Chikilsa Aushadham Chikilsitam Hidam Pathyam Prayaschittam Bhishagidam Bheshajam Shamanam Shastam, all these things Samasatah Dvitha Shodhanam Shamanam Cha Iti. So now, as I told earlier, entire thing is revolving around Dosha Chinta, not about Vyadhi Chinta. So now he is trying to specify how this Shodhana Chikilsa and Shamana Chikilsa are brought into the context of Tridoshas. So he is mentioning it specifically. Sharirajanam doshanam kramena param aushadham vastirvirego vamanam tadha tailam khritam madhu. So the order is first mentioning the Shodhana Chikilsa for the 3 doshas, then mentioning Shamana Chikilsa for the 3 doshas. These are param, paramidi adishayena. Hemadri makes that, observe that. Paramidi adishayena. Pradhanam. All these are the meanings of param. So, Sharirajanam doshanam param shodhanaushadham kramena vastihi virekaha vamanam cha. Sharirajanam doshanam param shamanaushadham kramena tailam khritam madhu. Vastirvirego vamanam sharirajanam doshanam param shodhanaushadham. Tailam khridam madhu sharirajanam doshanam param shamanaushadham. So this param pradhanya sujagam, adishaya sujagam, param. So that means when you come a little bit down, you may take them as sadharanam, apradhanam, anadishayam, aushadham for others also. That means vasti is adishayadayaga aushadham, shodhana aushadham for vasti, but it is a sadharana aushadham. When done properly, it is an aushadham for all the three doshas. Yukti is important. Tishthatyupari yuktitnyaha. Similarly, viregam is adishaya bhaladayagam shodhana aushadham for pittam, but it is also an aushadham for vayu and kapha. Need not be param. Similarly, vamanam is param aushadham for kabham, but can be logically utilized for vayu and pittam as well. Similarly, tailam is param shamana aushadham for vayu, but tailam is sadharanam aushadham, anadishaya bhaladayagam aushadham, when used judiciously for pittam and kabham also. Kridam is param aushadham for pittam, aparam apradhanam sadharanam aushadham for vayu and kabham as well. Madhu also. Madhu is param aushadham for shleshma, but sadharanam aushadham for vayu and pittam also. So that way also it is explained. Good. Because when you have n number of interpretations, you are finding another way of looking at it. So when you have multiple ways of looking at one point, two possibilities, either you will go mad or you will become a genius. Generally, both these are very beautiful situations. Getting mad or becoming genius, both are very enjoyable stuffs, I feel. So Sahasraksha, that is how we have got a Sahasraksha. We got the Shastra from Sahasraksha. Sahasraksha is having 1,000 eyes. 1,000 eyes doesn't mean that he had eyes all over his body. He had 1,000 visions. He had 1,000 visions, 1,000 perspectives about each point of discussion. So that is the importance of collaborating all these commentaries, all these interpretations in our discussion. And then you have to come to your own perspective, your own understanding. So, Sharirajanam doshanam kramena paramaushadham vastir virego vamanam tadha tailam kridam madhu. Made a specification, Sharirajanam doshanam, because we have seen that for manas, you have to have a different understanding. You have to have a different understanding. Rajastamascha manasaha dvauja dosha udahrido. So obviously when you say that, okay, vayu, pittam and kabham are sharirika doshas and rajastamas are added as manasika doshas, and when you say that these are the medicines intended for sharirika dosha, there is a question, what are the medicines that are to be used for manasika dosha? Then the next line to clear that jitnasa, धीधैर्यात्मादि विज्ञानम मनोदोष औषधम परम. Again param. Dhidhairyaatmadi vijnanam. It is not like kramena, as we saw in the case of sharirika dosha. Here there is no kramena. Dhidhairyaatmadi vijnanam is a single statement. Atmadi vijnanam, Hemadri comments, Atmadayaha Atmadeshakalaha. तेषां विज्ञानम् ईदृशः अहम् ईदृशे देशे ईदृशे काले व्यवहारम् इति ज्ञानम् येन हितसेवनस्य अविच्छेदः येन हितसेवनस्य अविच्छेदः. So when you have an understanding, atmadi jnanam, dhi dhi is buddhi, hitahita vivekah, dhairyam is dukkha sahatvam, not being adventurous, not becoming daredevilish, but dhairyam is dukkha sahatvam. Sambat vibat sweka manaha, that is dhairyam. So atmadi jnanam ईदृशो अहम् ईदृशे देशे ईदृशे काले व्यवहारामि ईदृशे व्यवहारामि इति ज्ञानम्. So me of this type in this time in this place doing this sort of a business, व्यवहारामि. If you know this properly, you can keep yourself away from bad stuffs of activities. That is why Atmadijnanam is important. Don't think that this is the treatment for manasika rogas, but this is for manasika doshas. So you may not be able to use these things in manoroga because this is to be practiced by oneself. This is not something which can be prescribed in a paper. So this is to be practiced by oneself, including the Vaidya, not for the Rogi. So Dhidhairya Atmadi Vijnanam Mano Dosha Aushadham Param. So now we will go to the Pada Chatushtayam because there is a question. Okay, now treatment also is explained. Now, is this stuff enough? Can we treat everything with this information what we have gathered so far? Or if we treat with this understanding, is every vyadhi is going to be sukhasadhya? Can I treat everyone and every disease? So that sort of questions are there in the mind of the learner. So obviously we will be seeing these points, these apprehensions cleared in the next shlokas, which we will see in our next session. So with this we conclude. Sharirajānam doṣānam kramena paramauṣadham vastirvirego amanam tatha tailam khridam madhu dhidhairyatmadi vijnanam mano doṣauṣatham param. Vaidya Nilesh, we have maybe another 5-6 minutes more, but I thought of stopping the class a little bit early today. But anyway, I think we had completed certain areas
yes,
satisfactorily.
Yes, sir, definitely. So shall we conclude today, sir?
I think so. If there are any specific things to be discussed, we will discuss. Otherwise, we will conclude today.
There are few questions, sir, but I think we will take it in the next class.
Please. The other day, I think I was expecting that question to be sent directly, but I did not get. That is why actually I had offered to discuss that question if I got it clearly, but I did not get. Anyway, I think you please note the questions and please start the next session with those questions.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay.
We'll next session we'll take.
Fine.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yes. Thank you, sir, and thank you all.